Morning, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about this idea, and that's the idea of don't compromise your standards. Let me make sure this thing is right here. One second. All right. Okay, that's better. All right. Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about this idea, and that's the idea of don't compromise your company's values. Your company got values, and in business, sometimes we think we need somebody's money, but sometimes we think we need somebody's influence. So we have a tendency to, or we know that this is not what we stand for, but because we think we need this money, we think we need the influence, then sometimes you have a tendency to give in and to compromise your values. But if it's one word that you'll never see in the Bible anywhere, you never see the word compromise. And the reason is because you're supposed to stick to your guns about values that line up with the Bible. So the way to run a business and to make sure that you are consistent in what you do is you don't change your signal just because somebody think they got something that you want, or they appear to have something that you want, because they don't have anything that somebody got that's below like the Bible standards. Then it's below your company standards if you run your company based on biblical standards. All right. And this way you'll never have to worry about kissing up to folk, and you never have to worry about being tricked by people, and you never have to worry about being behind an 8 ball because you thought you needed them. So I'm gonna teach you this lesson today about Samson, and how Samson is basically being picked to lead Israel. So he's basically the next CEO of Israel. So he's been picked to be the next predecessor, or the next successor, I should say, of Israel. But he got a problem. He got a serious problem with compromising. All right. So let's look at his story, and it starts in Judges. If you got your Bible, turn to Judges. Good morning. How you doing, dear? So if you got your Bible, turn to Judges chapter 13, and let's read this story about Samson and how how this compromising starts, and how he ends up getting being a blind dude that commits suicide. All right. He said, and the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of the Lord. This is Judges chapter 13. And the Lord delivered them from the hand of the Philistines 40 years. And there was a certain man of Zorah, of the family of the Danites, whose name was Manoah, and his wife was barren and bare not. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto the woman and said unto her, Behold, now thou art barren and bearest not, but thou shalt conceive and bear a son. Now therefore beware, I pray thee, and drink not wine nor strong drink, and eat not any unclean thing. For thou shalt conceive and bear a son, and no razor shall come on his head, for the child shall be a Nazarite unto God from the womb, and he shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hand of the Philistines. So it's the first thing we see here. First thing we see here is that when you're having a child, talking to my sisters now, when you know you're having a child, you want that child to be anointed when they come out. So don't get high, don't drink, don't smoke, don't stay up late, stay up out of the clubs. You dig what I'm saying? And understand that you are about to birth either a prince or a princess. So that means that you're gonna have to do some what? You're gonna have to stop compromising your values, and because the values that the Bible just got through teaching you is like, get your sleep, get your rest, don't get high, don't drink, don't trick your time off. And because what you're finna pass, this child is about to inherit the attitude and the spirit that you have for these 9 months. Okay, so you haven't gotten the book. Okay, yeah, go to info at stellawealthmanagement.com. James, if you ordered a book and you didn't get it, and look in your spam, it's probably in your spam. You probably just didn't see it because it only takes a couple of seconds for your book to materialize. So look into your spam. But info at stellawealthmanagement.com. Info at stellawealthmanagement.com. Send a message there, and they'll take care of it in a matter of minutes. Okay. All right. Okay. So here's Samson, and his mother. This is before he even comes into the world. The reason he comes into the world as such a mighty man is because his mother took advantage of, because she wasn't even having no child. She couldn't even have a child, but God said, okay, I'm gonna have mercy on you. I'm gonna let you have a child. So, but here's some rules, here's some guidelines that I got for you. Don't compromise these standards, okay? And God bless you too, Brother James. Say, don't compromise these standards. Make sure that you do this before the child is even born. So that's showing you that when something is about to be birthed inside of you, there are some standards that you go by and some values that you go by before the birth even takes place. And that's what you're talking about children, or that's what you're talking about ideas, businesses, and empires that you're building. There are standards that you have before it's even built in order for it to even come into fruition. All right. So birth standards, everybody put BS in the chat. All right, let's go. You need to have some birth standards. I teach y'all a lot of formulas because these are formulas that you've never heard in your life, which is why you haven't been able to perform at the levels that you're going to perform at once you start exercising these Bible formulas. That's why I teach you formulas, whenever I'm talking to you. All right. So in order for an idea to come into fruition, it has to have some standards before it's even birthed. So have some birth standards before the business starts. All right. Before the company starts, before the idea starts, have some birth standards that you go by, and then it'll be born what? It'll be born healthy. Why? Because you want the business to be born healthy. You don't want a business that's what? Born with deformities. So don't create the deformities in your business before it's even born. Have some birth standards. How you dig what I'm saying? And good morning to you, Jarrell. And so what does that mean to you? That means that now you starting out right. See, most people's businesses end up wrong because they started wrong. The standards that they had for the business before they even started was all willy-nilly. They didn't have like a set sort of a culture that they was going to start the company with. So they got trouble like right from the beginning. Are you dig what I'm saying? And John, I don't have time to answer questions right now because I'm teaching. But to come to the challenge, you can ask me any questions about stocks. I do suggest that you buy stocks that have had stock splits. Like Google, for example, has had a stock split, and Amazon. They both had 20-to-1 stock splits. So whenever a company has a stock split, I recommend that you buy them. Say, why is that? Because that means the shares are way less than they used to be. They used to be $2,000. Now they only $100-something. I would jump all over that because those stock chances are they're going to go back up to $400,000 or $500,000 again. So if you buy them while they're in the hundreds, then naturally you have a chance to grow with that company. So that's just my generic answer to your question, Brother John. But your Brother John will be throwing me off. I'm trying to teach, man. All right. I bought NVIDIA like 7-8 years ago. NVIDIA's natural. Okay, we ain't finna get into that. All right. So this is the rules, or these are the standards or the values that God tells Samson's mama to have before Samson is even born. He's like, look, baby, you couldn't even have no kids. All right. So I don't want you out clubbing while you having this child. I want you out drinking while you're having this child. I want you out tricking off while you're having this child. I want you to be disciplined while you got this child in your stomach. Why? So that the child can come in strong. And when y'all are birthing businesses and you want your business to come out straight, then you got to do some stuff before the business is even started. Are you listening to me? Have some standards and stuff. Don't let people don't have a business that you ain't already got your written out standards and your written out operations and what it is you're putting up with and what you ain't putting up with and how y'all get down. Don't compromise that stuff. Let everybody know from the beginning. So when they come in, then they'll already know how you roll. Are you hearing me? And make sure they line up with the Bible and you'll have an amazing business. Okay. So what happened? So then the woman came to her husband saying, a man of God came unto me, and his countenance was like the countenance of an angel of God, very terrible. But I asked him not whence he was, neither told me his name. He says, I'm sorry, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Let's go back up. We're in Judges chapter 13. We're in verse number 5 now. So he said, don't eat nothing unclean, and don't drink no wine, don't get high. So he told her what to do to birth this child. He says, for lo, thou shalt conceive and bear a son, and no razor shall come on his head, for the child shall be a Nazarite unto God from the womb, and he shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hand of the Philistines. So what is that teaching us? That's teaching us that the business that we have, the values that we have are permanent values because they came from God. So they're permanent. We don't change the values. We don't change the value that came from God. Why? Because if God gave you the value, then you don't change it under no circumstances. That's why he said your son going to have what? A permanent, what? A natural perm. Why? Because God's values are what? Naturally permanent. You like Brother Rick. You don't understand the era that we're in, man. In this era, this is going on and that's going on. I'm like, to hell with that. All right. Why? Because these values are permanent, baby. Samson had what? a perm, a natural perm. Did you get what I said? He need no Stay Soft Pro. You dig what I said? He need no Jerry Curl juice. He need no activator. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? He need nobody to rub nothing in his head. Well, we used to, in the 70s, we walked around with long perms. Mine had a lot of long perm with mahogany in my hair in the 70s. You dig what I'm saying? And we paid, what, $40 a week. That was a lot of scratch back in the 70s to look pretty Ricky, LaFontaine, what they call him. What if you saw one of my pictures, boy, I'll be laughing so hard. They have to pick you up off the side of the floor right now. You'd be like, Coach Rick, was you getting down like that? I was like, getting down without a frown, baby. I wasn't new here. I grew here. I tried to be a pimp, but all them Iceberg Slim books, it messed us up when we was young. I tell you that. So here's Samson. Samson got a natural perm. Are you hearing me? So some things are naturally permanent. They don't never change. So put NP in the chat, and I go ahead on and teach you the next idea. All right, come on. 10 of y'all because y'all be changing y'all values. I'm like, man, that don't change. You talking about I'm changing with the times. Man, miss me with that. There's some stuff that's just natural. And what? It don't never change. All right. So if you're going to run businesses and run your life and live a life that God down with, then that stuff don't never change. I don't care what era you're in. Are you hearing me? Just like it's natural for a dude to want another dude. That don't never change. I'm sure enough, take that back. Natural for a brother to want another sister. All right. It's just what? It's just a natural perm. Did you dig what I said? It's naturally permanent. It'll never become nothing else. It ain't gonna never be natural for a dude to want another dude. You dig what I'm saying? That ain't gonna never be natural. All right. You said Samson was black. I believe most of the Bible characters were people of color. All right. But don't even get caught up in that, because you can be black in terms of your skin color is black, but if your spirit ain't right, then you're still going to hell anyway. So let's not get all caught up in that either, black or white and all that kind of stuff. Let's get caught up in what really matter. What really matters is what kind of values do you have, and do they match up with the Bible? So if your values match up with the Bible, you're good to go. If they don't, you're gonna get your head pushed back to the white meat. That's what's gonna happen. And these businesses, the reason that the world is coming to the church or coming to the kingdom to help them run their businesses is because they all over the place. The biggest problem with the time that we live in right now is identity. Because why? Ain't nothing permanent with them. They just go along with whatever the newest thing is. That's what they go along with. Now, you hear what I'm saying? So, but don't get out. Don't compromise them, because the Bible doesn't teach you to compromise. The Bible teaches you how to adjust, but it doesn't teach you compromising, because compromising is extremely dangerous. Why? Because something that's wrong based on the scripture is going to always be wrong. It ain't going to never be right. And something that's right based on the scripture is going to always be right. It ain't going to never be wrong. So that's why I teach common law, and that's why I teach the Bible in business. Why? Because I'm like, this crazy stuff y'all be putting up with, and the stuff y'all be doing in a crazy nonsense you allowing your company and allowing your life and allowing your businesses, it ain't nothing but self-sabotaging behavior. Why? Because you kissing people butt to try to get along with them, because you compromise with people. And I'm telling you, the person that you compromise with is the person that's trying to bring about your demise. Why? Why should you get some orders from God, the highest orders, and then somebody come along and tell you, hey, why don't you do it this way? I'm like, hell no, I'm not doing it your way. All right. Hell to the hell, 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 to the hell. No, I'm not doing what you're talking about. All right. And I don't care if you like me, you can like me or not like me. Don't make me no never mind. Why? Because I'm living life at the highest level. Why would I come off the highest level and start living at your level to try to please you? Why? Because you on some nonsense. Are you hearing me? You're trying to get me to compromise my values. And what you're going to do, you're trying to pop me off. Are you dig what I'm saying? You're trying to pop me off, just like Samson about to get popped off, because he's about to compromise his permanent values. And the permanent value is don't never let nobody cut your hair. All right, Samson, your strength is in the permanent. It ain't the hair. That ain't what God was tripping on. What God is teaching us is that when I give you a value, don't come down off of it. Because if you come down off this value, them same knowledge that tricked you into coming up off the value, you're going to bow down and start living life at their level. They living life at a low level. You living life at a high level. And then they come in, they want you to compromise your high values for their low values. How you dig what I'm saying? I'm trying to pull you off your square. All right. Don't G. All right. Everybody put DG in the chat. Don't G for it. I'm telling you now, put DG in that chat. If you're going to change, if you're going to not let people change you or change the value that you got from God. Like, you can't get no better value. You got it from God. So put DG in that chat and let's go. Let's keep it going. Are y'all ready? DG. Don't G for it. Don't G for it. Don't G, because Samson about to get popped off. Why? Because he finna change. He can't run no company. Are you hearing me? How you gonna run a company and chasing booty? All right. He about to trick off big time. He about to do the number one reason why Negroes are broke, chasing butt. Did you hear what I said? Chasing. That's why you brothers, all my brothers, listen to me. That's why you broke. That's why you ain't got no money. Because you chase, but I don't chase no booty. How you listen to me? A chicken, listen to me good. A chicken can come to my room butt naked. All she gonna get is a bill and a breeze. You hear me? I'm like, girl, all you gonna get from me is a bill and a pay me. That's what you can do. You hear what I'm talking about? Coming around here thinking you fine. You ain't fine. All right, 26, 34. Get your broke behind up out of here. Ain't nobody got time for that. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Coming around here trying to pop me up, trying to mess my life up. What you trying to do? Okay, I ain't trying to hear that. So you are kings and queens, and you got values. You hear what I'm saying? So yeah, and your values will make you a lot of money. You ain't got to worry about losing money because you got values, because it's your values that's gonna make you the money. Are you listening to me? People got it so backwards. They think, well, man, if I don't change my values, I'm gonna lose money. I'm like, no, if you change your values, you're gonna lose money. Are you hearing me? And you're gonna lose out with God, because God is rich. You ain't got to worry about losing out with God when you keep God's values. That's gonna make you more money, not less money. Are you hearing what I'm saying? That's the reason I'm rich, because I got values. Man, please. If I start tricking off, man, all that money going down the drain. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Don't G for it. Don't G for it. So here's Samson, and he told him, whatever you do, don't never get a haircut. Did you hear what I said? He said, whatever you do, bruh, don't never go to the barbershop. All right? he said, don't let a razor touch your head. I hear me. Don't go to the barbershop. Don't even hang out close to the barbershop. You hear what I'm saying? Because the reason that values go down the drain is because you hang out close to the thing that you already know you shouldn't be G'ing for. All right, that's how that happened. Every time I done tricked off, that's what happened to me. Every time you done tricked off, that's what happened to you. And thank God he didn't have mercy on me for the time and the years when I ain't had good sense and I was tricking off on a regular basis, and he didn't kill me. Thank God for that. All right. But I was broke as hell. Man, when my values went down the drain, because I backslid during my 30s, man, I had no money. I hear me, everything I touch ain't nothing worked. My God wasn't with that crap. God was like, you done compromised your values, bro. And ain't none of us perfect. You dig what I'm saying? But I'm talking about, I just backslid. I ain't talking about no little occasional tricking off. I'm talking about I was in with both feet going to hell in a Cadillac. You dig what I'm talking about? And God was like, man, I'm blowing on everything you do. You ain't nothing. I'm not blessing your stuff. Why? Because you ain't got my values no more. All right. And I'm teaching you today, don't compromise, because the Bible don't teach it. The Bible teaches you to do what? Learn how to adjust. You dig? But not no compromising. Okay. You're the head of your house. You're a man. Don't compromise that. Your wife want to be the head. Tell her, hell no, you ain't the head of nothing around here. Okay. I'm the head of this house. All right. If you don't like it, that's just too damn bad. You should have known that before you married me. Why? Because I'm not about to put no dress on. I hear me. How would you act? I'm a dude. I come in the crib with some panties on. You're like, what the hell is going on around here? What you doing, bro? You're like, I'm just compromising with you. You want to be the head of the house anyway. So let me change clothes with you then. You put on my clothes, I'm gonna put on yours. I'm gonna start acting like you and you act like me. You a woman, don't compromise. Don't become no man. Tell a man, like, you the head of the house. I don't want to be the head of this house. All right. I don't want to compromise like that. Why? Because that's a permanent value in the Bible. That ain't gonna never change. I don't never want to be the head of this house. You the head of the house, brother. Handle your business, okay? I want you to be the head. I want to be your helpmeet. I don't want you to be my helpmeet. I don't want you walking around here acting like Susie, somebody slapping you around calling you Susan. Don't come up in here with no pink bandanas on. Why? I'm your woman. I want you to be manly. I want you to be rough. Are you hearing me? I want you to be hard. I want you, dig what I'm saying? I expect you to be masculine. I don't want you coming around me acting like no chick. I'm talking about to my sisters. Don't compromise that. Don't be like you want the dude to be acting like that around you. Let them know, hey, what's going on, bro? You know, I'm looking at some femininity around here. That ain't you. I married you because I wanted a man. All right. I want a man to handle me. Are you hear what I'm talking about? Don't compromise on either side. Are you dig what I'm saying? Why? Because y'all kids watching y'all. And they looking at what? A compromised family, and they don't know what the hell is going on. They like, who's the dude around here and who is the woman? I don't know what the hell is. I don't know what's happening. So now they live a whole life of compromise because they grew up in a bunch of dysfunction and they thinking that is normal. I'm like, that stuff ain't normal. All right. It ain't nothing normal about a dude acting like a woman and a woman acting like a dude. It's abnormal. All right. It is not natural. Are you dig what I'm saying? It ain't gonna never be natural. And so don't you G for it. Okay. Don't G. Okay. So here's Samson. He got some real simple rules. The rules is you the strongest dude in the world. It ain't nobody like you, Samson. You can do push-ups on one knuckle. Are you hearing me? Samson's so strong, he can do 1,000 push-ups on one knuckle. You hear what I'm talking about? One. He's the strongest dude in the world. And God made him strong. Why? So he could deliver Israel from out the hand of the Philistines. Listen to me. God didn't make you strong. No, Scott, God didn't make you strong so that you can walk around popping your collar, or so that you can walk around playing around playing around with your strength, taking chances on giving your strength away. God made you strong so that you can help deliver people. God put us all on earth to help deliver each other. That's the whole reason you're on earth, in case you didn't know. All right. Deliverance is what is your calling. You like what? Everybody calling is deliverance. That's why he put us all on earth, to help deliver each other. Why? Because I got issues and you got them too. But you are strong in some areas that I'm weak in. So what? You don't compromise your strength. You come along and help me get stronger where I'm weak. And I do the same thing with you. I don't come around you and cater to you so you can get weaker. I come around where I'm strong, and I do what? I help strengthen you where you're weak. And you do the same thing for me, because everybody is strong in some areas and everybody is weak in some areas. Everybody. Ain't nobody super strong in everything. Everybody got strength and everybody got weaknesses, and we love each other, and we do what? We help. We don't compromise with what's wrong with each other. We do what? We strengthen each other in the areas where we weak, because that's how not let the weak say I'm strong and the strong say I'm weak. In other words, we do things together as a body. That's how you run businesses. That's how you run companies. You cover your weaknesses with people that's strong, and then the people that's weak, they allow you to cover their weaknesses with your strength. Ain't nobody arrived. Ain't nobody no better than nobody else. Just because you're strong in this area, that ain't nothing to brag about. Why? Because that strength is going to turn into a weakness if you start bragging. Why? Because you're going to mess around and tell the enemy what's going on, and then you're going to get stripped. Are you hearing me? You're going to mess around and end up at the strip club. That's right. You're going to end up getting stripped of your power if you keep compromising your values. Are you dig what I'm saying? Excuse me. So here's Samson. And now he the strongest man in the world. He got it going on. So that's chapter 13. So let's see what happened with chapter 14. And let's see if he does what? If he started compromising his values. And Samson went down to Timnath and saw a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines. And he came up and told his father and his mother and said, I have seen a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines. Timnath, Timnath. We're in Judges chapter 14. All right. He says, and I have seen a woman there. He said, now therefore get her for me to wife. Then his father and his mother said unto him, is there never a woman among the daughters of thy brethren, or among all my people, that thou goest to take a wife of the uncircumcised Philistines? And Samson said unto his father, get her for me, for she pleaseth me well. All right, now look at this bipolar behavior here. All right, is this bipolar? I said, is this bipolar? That you look at a chick and say, she pleased me. How you know she pleased you? You ain't all you seen is a butt. What? You mean a booty please you? Oh, okay. So now what? Now you can be pleased by something as simple as a butt? Now, come on, fellas. I'm talking to my fellas for a second. I know we sight driven. You dig what I'm saying? I know that. I know that we get pleased when we look at we see a fine booty or whatever your preference is, fine butt, fine breast, whatever it is you see. I know we sight driven. I understand that. You dig what I'm saying? But I'm talking about, you don't compromise your values and all of a sudden build your business or build your life based on a butt building. What kind of nonsense is that? You building booty building? Are you delirious? Especially my young brothers, y'all listen to me good. I know nobody talk to you like this, because most of the time when you're talking to an older brother, he just as goofy as you are. So he giving you bad advice because he running around chasing butt too. Remind me of my father, my pastor. My pastor said, you old dudes running around here. He said, you can go to hell just wishing. Because if you caught up with the chick, you couldn't do nothing with her anyway. Don't make no sense to go to hell wishing. He used to crack me up. His name was Brother Bland. Boy, he was a straight shooter. Brother Bland was such a cool cat until when he died, I put his obituary in my living room so I can just look at his picture. Because every time I thought about tricking off and I walk around and look at his picture, it made me straighten up. You know that's some power. That was a powerful cat. But he was a man that would just talk to you like a man. He just tell you, hey man, don't chase no booty, bro. You're gonna end up popped off. You're gonna end up someplace in a gutter some doggone way. He was just real with you. Are you hearing me? And I loved him, and I thank God for him, and I got the same attitude he had. So, and you young brothers, you need a man in your life. You need a man in your life who will just look you in the eye and tell you, man, you're tricking off, bro. All right, that chick ain't worth that. Yeah, she fine, so what? She dumb as a box of rocks. You hearing me? What, she 36, 24, 30. She can't count to 12. Are you hearing me? And you finna go trick her and change your values just because the chick is cute, fine, or look good. That ain't gonna mean nothing over a period of time. Are you listening to me? She better have some character. She better have some sense. And she better be in your corner and not trying to turn you in. Are you hearing me? Why? Because you got weaknesses, bruh. And if she find out about your weakness and she's a skeezer, she gonna turn you in. Did you hear what I said? I said if she find out about your weakness and she a skeezer, I'm talking to my brothers right now because y'all need a man to talk to you. If she find out about your weaknesses and she a skeezer, she gonna use that against you. Oh yes, she is, because that's the way skeezers act. How do I know? Because I done been to the strip club. I've been stripped by skeezers. How you dig what I'm saying? And don't you let no skeezer get something on you. Man, they use that stuff to the cows come home. Are you hear what I'm talking about? Because their intentions wasn't right in the first place. And you ain't care, because you ain't care nothing about their intentions, because all you was looking at was the booty. Are you hearing me? Booty building. All right, everybody put in, especially all my brothers, put NBB in the chat. No booty building. We ain't building nothing off booties. Did you hear me? Put it in the chat, player. NBB. No booty building. I'm teaching y'all today about don't you compromise your values. Get rich. All right, come get this money, player. Are you hearing me? All my brothers, come get this money. I'm talking to you. I'm talking exactly to you. And I need all y'all brothers to put NBB in that chat. No booty. We ain't building off of booties. We building off of character. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Our woman got to have some character. Who cares? She got a big butt, good. That's a bonus. All right. But make sure she got some character. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? No booty building. so here's Samson. He said, this woman pleased me. But obviously, the only thing that's pleasing him is the butt, because he don't even know the chick. All right. How you going to go get a chick you don't even know? And I'm going to marry a chick I don't even, go get me a chick I don't even know and bring her here. Hell no. Don't bring nobody around me I don't know. I don't trust your butt. You know what I'm saying? I literally don't trust your butt, especially your big butt. So, all right. He said, so his father said, man, ain't there some women around here? You dig what I'm saying? That, that somebody you can trust. He said, but his father and mother knew not that it was of the Lord, that he sought an occasion against the Philistines. For at that time, the Philistines had dominion over Israel. All right, so let's go on down. So Samson, he started killing folk. He the strongest dude in the world. All right. And all right, so then all of a sudden, now we finna find out how this chick is really trying to turn state's evidence on Samson and what? Send him to the joint. That's what she's trying to do. She's trying to turn state's evidence. So he went down and talked to the woman. All right. And all right. So after a time, he returned to take her, and he turned aside to see the carcasses of the lion. He had killed a lion. And behold, there was a swarm of bees and honey in the carcass of the lion. And he took thereof in his hands and went on eating, and came to his father and his mother and gave them, and they did eat. But he told them not that he had taken the honey out of the carcass of a lion. So his father went down into the woman, and Samson made there a feast. So used to do the men, so used the young man to do. And it came to pass when they saw him that they brought 30 companions to be with him. And Samson said unto them, I will not put forth a riddle unto you. He said, if ye can certainly declare it me within the 7 days of the feast and find out, then I will give you 30 sheets and 30 changes of garment. He said, but if you cannot declare it to me, he said, then shall you give me 30 sheets and 30 change of garments. And they said unto him, put forth thy riddle that we may hear it. All right, so here's Samson building up a business, and he's starting to get some assets for his business. He said, so the way good morning, Janice, how are you? He said, he said he's about to get some assets for his business. So he's building up this business. He says, so the way I'm going to get some assets for this business is I'm going to give out a riddle that I know can't nobody answer. He says, so this is going to be a great offer for me because I can win, but I absolutely can't lose. So it's a really good offer for Samson because he can win, but he can't lose. And I came by to tell you today that all your offers ought to be offers that you can win and that you can't lose. Don't even make an offer that you can lose in. Only make offers that you can win and that you can't lose. If that ain't common sense, I don't know what is. All right. If that common sense, put CS in the chat. Is that common sense? If you're going to make an offer make offers that all you can do is win. You can't lose. Why would you make an offer that you got a chance of losing? Don't even make it. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Don't even make it. What'd you say, D? D, you got to come to the challenge to get a trust, D. MyFinancialIQChallenge.com. That's where you have to come. That's how we do the trust, my friend. I'll be glad to help you, but you got to come through the challenge. We real busy, man, especially this time of year. All right. So just put challenge in the chat if you want to get a trust, because that's how you got to get it. You can't get a trust no other kind of way. You got to come through the challenge. We real busy, bro. I mean, we literally got millions of people paying attention to what we're doing. All right. So come to the challenge. We'll help you. All right. And I'll show you. We walk you through the whole thing, but you got to be educated to get a trust. We are very strict about that, and we don't compromise that. That's what I'm teaching y'all today. Don't compromise your values. So we don't teach nobody can get a trust from me who don't come through the challenge. Nobody. All right. Nobody. Why? Because y'all know what y'all doing. You got to be trained on this. This is a lifestyle. This ain't no hidden. We ain't in no hurry. Okay. So come to the challenge, and we only do so many of them a month. So get in where you fit in, and we'll be glad to help you, my brother. All right. So here's Samson, and here goes the beginning of his compromising. All right. He makes an offer that he the only one that can win, because they can't figure out this riddle. All right. See, your offers should be so good until when you put the offer out, you automatically won because the offer is so good. You know, people put offers out and then beg and hope that somebody gonna take their offer, because they didn't put nothing into the offer. They put everything into the begging after they make the offer. You know what that is? Compromising. I'm teaching y'all now how not to compromise y'all values. Are you listening to me? When your offer is so good until you have to win, then put it out. Did you hear what I said? So you say, how do you know that your offer has to win? Put out an offer that you already know everybody wants. All right. And when I be talking to people, they be like, okay, Rick, what I'm like, what do you do? And they say, well, I got this real passion. I'm like, yeah, but I'm looking at your stuff. Don't nobody like that but you and your two kids and your grandmother. They like, dang, that's cold, Ricky. I'm like, yeah, it's cold that you would treat yourself, that you would put out an offer that you don't already know people want. Why don't you just do a study on what people want, find out what they want first, and then put out the offer because they told you they wanted it? Ain't that simple? I said, is that simple? Everybody put TS in the chat. That's simple, isn't it? Why y'all complicating y'all lives? Only put out offers that you already know everybody wants, but don't put it out. All right. So how do you do that? You send out messages and ask people what do they want. And then they turn around, they tell you what you want, and then you put out the offer. Did you hear what I said? You walk into a restaurant. Okay, let me tell you what I'm talking about. You walk into a restaurant, and the person asks you the waiter at the restaurant. Okay, I'm teaching y'all how to get paid. This is how you get paid. All right, this is how you make offers. So you're the waiter at the restaurant. So the person come in and they say, hey, you say, what do you want? Then the person says, I want a steak, and I want a baked potato, and I want some Brussels sprouts and some water. So you writing it down, right? So you said, like yesterday we was at the Cracker Barrel, but that waiter, that dude was so aloof. I was just cracking up. Me and my buddy that was eating, he was like, this dude. Every time I said something, he couldn't hear me because I'm a soft speaker, right? He said, what? I'm like, what waiter in their right mind would answer somebody, what? You kids, boy, if y'all from another planet. You hear me? You youngsters, y'all need some training bad. You need to come to the challenge so Uncle Ricky can teach you some manners. You hear me? What? How you gonna be a waiter and have what in your repertoire of words while you're talking to grown men and women? What? That is the worst thing you can say. You didn't hear what I said. The expression is, pardon me, excuse me, sir. Pardon me, sir. Excuse me. The way I tip people too, well, sometimes I give people $100 tip, depending on how they act. All right. That dude got the regular little $7 tip. Why? Because he said what? It was offensive. I'm asking him a question. He's asking me something. Just because I'm not speaking real loud, well, my throat hurts from training people all the time. So I'm a soft-spoken man. So I don't speak real loud. So the guy's like, what? He didn't think he was being rude, but just because you don't know you ignorant don't mean that you ain't ignorant. I'm teaching y'all how to get rich. You're not going to get rich being ignorant. Are you hearing me? Your ignorance is not excused. You ought to know better. Why? Because you're the one that's out you in the public making an offer. Your offer should be impeccable, immaculate, and what? Always win. Are you hearing me? Why? Because you already know what the person wants. So if you, well, I told them what I wanted yesterday. So I said I wanted some grilled catfish. I want some carrots. I want some corn, and I want some mashed potatoes. And I like that with some extra gravy and some cornbread. That's what I want. That's what I eat at Cracker Barrel all the time. That's what I like. All right. So he brought my order out. Now, albeit his manners weren't the best, so he got a little tip, but he did bring my order out the way I wanted it. So what? It was 100% the way I wanted it because it's what I ordered. So you only make offers to people based on what they ordered. And then what? You 100% got their offer, right? So you can't lose. So you got to get rich. Why? Because you're just giving people what they want. Stop making these offers where you're trying to give people what you want. Are you listening to me? I'm talking about in everything, in life and everything. You married to a man. Listen to me, sisters. You married to a man tell you what he want. You tell him, well, I'm going to give you what I want. That's why you home alone. I'm talking to my sisters for a second, all right? Because y'all values, y'all need to cut this mess out. Are you hearing me? The man tell you what he want. And you like, well, I don't really want to give up all of that. Well, who else are you going to get it from? All right. The man I'm talking to my sisters now. That's why y'all home alone. I'm telling you, that's why you're at the crib right now. Ain't nobody messing with you. All right. Why? Because you want to tell a man what he want. He telling you what he want. And you want to tell him what you don't tell us what we want. We tell you what we want. And then you feel the order, baby. All right. You don't come around telling us what I'm telling you what I want. And you telling me what you going to give me. Like you're going to give me something other than I want. You think that's going to work out? That ain't going to work out. That'll work out with some little punk poo butt, but not with us. Not with no man. We powerful men. Are you hearing me? We kings, baby. We run things. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? And when we tell you what we want, give us what we want. Don't give us what you want us to have. Well, you ain't our mama. Are you hearing me? Them days is over with. You are our wife. You ain't our mother. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? And when we tell you what we want, give us what we want the way we want it, how we want it too. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Same thing with you brothers serving the sisters. Give them what they want. Give them what they want and give it to them how they want it. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Why? They can't get it from nobody else but you. So give them what they want. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? My beautiful wife, Shantae. She like, I was driving around, test driving this electric car. I told her, I faked out. She didn't know I was gonna get it for her. She thought I was just giving it out. She thought I was just riding it just to be riding. I say, so is that what you want, baby? And so she's like, yeah, that's what I want. So I gave her what she wanted. When I first met Shantae, she told me, I brought her some flowers. She's like, I really don't like flowers. I said, you don't? Because I thought that was a player move. I thought every woman I ever met loved flowers. I come singing to them and give them some flowers. They was like putty. She said she didn't like flowers. I said, well, what do you like? She said, I like chocolate. So I started showing up with chocolate. I don't bring Shantae flowers because she don't like them. You say, but every woman should like flowers. I don't tell her what she should like. All right. I give her what it is that she liked based on what it is she told me she liked. So I'm not guessing about what she liked because she told me. So why should I compromise her values? And that's not what she liked. I'm going to give her what it is that she liked because that's what she wants. And the same thing with me. You ain't going to give me what you want to give me. You're going to give me what I want. Are you hearing me? And I'm telling y'all how to behave out here in the business world. The reason ain't nobody buying your stuff is because you're trying to give them what you want. And everybody ain't interested in what you want. People ain't interested in what they want. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? And when you give people what they want, they bum rush you to get some more. Did you hear what I said? Because people come back for more of what? What they want. Are you hearing me? I'm back for more of that love that we had before. What? I'm back for more, baby. Are you listening to me? You know why I'll be back at the Cracker Barrel again? Why? Because I want grilled fish. I like carrots and corn and mashed potatoes. So I'll be back. Lord bless me, I'll stay alive. I'll be back. I'll be back for what? For more, because I want it. And why? So they always get my offer right because it's the offer I asked for. So Samson, he makes an offer and he's doing good. Why? I'm teaching y'all today about don't compromise your values. All right. Get paid, get rich. All right. The less you compromise your values, the richer you get. Why? Because people who respect your values, they'll pay you plenty of money. And the people who don't respect your values, the faster you get rid of them bums, the better, the quicker. Right? You're not gonna come around here disrespecting me. Why? Because my values is my values. They might not be yours, but I'm not gonna come up in your camp trying to change your values. You do it make the most sense to you. My values are biblical values. Call me old, call me rusty. You dig? Just call me just call me long distance. You dig? And bag up off me and smell of coffee. Why? Because my values ain't based on what you like. My values are based on what would make plenty money. I got biblical values, and they make you super rich. You know, I ain't finna bag up off these values. Ain't nothing happening. You dig what I'm saying? So here's Samson. He out here chasing booty. He ain't got good sense. So what happened? Now you got a chick trying to turn state's evidence on him. And so he makes an offer that he absolutely positively is going to win. But now his company is about to go belly up. Why? Instead of him getting rich off his offer that he made, which is a good offer for him to get rich off of, he about to compromise. And now he's going to end up what? Being on the other end of his offer. Let me prove it to you. And he said, here's the riddle that he gives, or the offer that he gives them. He says unto them, this is in Judges chapter, 14 now? Yeah. Judges chapter 14, I'm in the 14th verse. All right. And he said, out of the eater came forth meat, and out of the strong came forth sweetness. And they cannot in 3 days expound the riddle. Yeah, they can't expound the riddle. Why? Because it's the offers in his favor. They ain't got no chance of answering this question because they ain't ready for this jelly. All right. Said, and it came to pass on the 7th day that they said unto Samson's wife, Skeezer, they said, entice thy husband. Why? Because he went out in the hood and got a Skeezer for a wife. He said, entice thy husband, that he may declare unto us the riddle, lest we burn thee and thy father's house with fire. Have ye called us to take that we have? Is it not so? So, you know, you can threaten a Skeezer. You dig? You step on her foot and her legs open up. You dig what I'm saying? So she out here with these thugs, these gang banging Philistine thugs that she kick it with, you know, that she cool with. Samson chasing booty. He done walk right into a set of gang bangers, and they can't do nothing with him, but this chick can, right? Because she can break them down. See, God knows what can break you down. I mean, the devil knows what can break you down, and what your weaknesses are, and he knows mine too. All right. So he knows that. You dig what I'm saying? So he know he can't break you down directly. So what he does is that he brings somebody indirectly into your life to break you down. Why? Because he knows your values. See, he knows your values. He knows what your values are directly with who you're dealing with. So he don't send them directly to come at you because that ain't going to work. He sends somebody indirect to come at you. And that's the person that end up bringing you down because you compromise your values. I ain't talking about what I heard. I'm talking about all the stuff that's been happening to me in my life, all the crazy, dumb moves I made. I'm just trying to train all you brothers and all you sisters, especially my younger brothers and sisters who don't nobody talk to you like this, that's frank with you like this, who love you enough to look you in your eye and teach you how to become accountable. I'm talking directly to you because I don't trust that you're getting much of this advice from other people. All right. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm talking to you this morning, to help you stop compromising and so that you can get rich. Come on, get this money. All right. Are you hearing what I'm saying? I love you. I'm concerned about you. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and water it down and tell you stuff that, that you necessarily want to hear. But once you get used to not compromising, then you'll be able to eat this meat. I'm not teaching you no milk. See, all that little milk stuff. This ain't time for you to be, it's time for you to grow up and be a mature person. In order for that to happen, you're going to have to eat some meat, meaning that you're going to have to learn how to digest some meat. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? So here's Samson, and he says, so the woman now, they tell her, now if she was a ride or die chick, she just would have told Samson, listen, these gang banging thugs that came at me. If she was a ride or die, all right, she'd have been like, look, Samson, these gang banging thugs, they came at me. And they trying to get me to turn you in. They trying to get me to turn state's evidence against you. All right. They trying to get me to send you to the joint. They trying to break your company. They trying to take our money. But Samson, baby, this is our money. I'm your wife. This is our company. Everything that you got, I'm your helpmeet. I'm not your thorn in the side. I ain't come here to break you, bro. All right. I came here to help you to become the man you was meant to be. I'm stomped down with you like 4 flat tires. All right. These marks are threatening me over here, talking about what they're going to do to me, but they're going to have to do it because I'm not giving up my husband. Ain't nothing happening. Are you hearing me? Shoot me in the head, chop my head off. This is a ride or die chick. She don't play that. This is the way a queen behave. That's why you can't be going out getting no skis. Hey, listen to me. First little thing happen, that chick, she going to turn state's evidence on you and run like the wind. Why? Because she don't love you. You hear me? She don't love you. She don't love you. She don't love you. She in it for what's in it for her. Are you hearing me? So that's why when you don't compromise your values, and then you won't have this happening to you. See, my wife loves me. My wife done stood up. My wife done stood up against all kind of persecution on my behalf because she's a ride or die. You hear me? I got a good wife. You hear what I'm talking about? She ain't no joke. You hear what I'm talking about? She ain't no joke. She ain't no joke. She ain't no joke. You hear me? Shantae ain't no joke. You ain't gonna push up on her trying to run me down. She ain't having it. You dig what I'm saying? We have our arguments. We have our fights. You dig? Because we married. You know, we argue and we fight sometimes. Sometimes we don't agree with the same stuff. And sometimes I'll be like, hell no, it ain't going down like that. You know, but that's between me and her. Now, if you want to come around here trying to burn some bread on her, you ain't gonna get nothing but you're gonna get a hard time about me. And the same thing go with her. And that's the way y'all better start treating each other running these businesses. Y'all running businesses and stuff together. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Y'all running businesses together. Are you hearing me? Y'all got to be back to back, stomped down like four flat tires, Bonnie and Clyde up in this piece because people are jealous of you. You start doing something to start getting ahead. Folks are jealous of you. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? And they're going to come in, they're going to try to blow your businesses and blow up what you're doing and blow your kingdoms up and stuff. It's going to happen. Ain't nobody finna just sit idly by over here and try not to what? Try to get y'all to trick on each other and run each other down and dog one another. Are you listening to what I'm talking about? That's going to happen. That's the way life is. Ain't nothing new up under the sun. Don't act so surprised. Are you hearing me? Just tell them, just check them like a hotel reservation and tell them ain't nothing happening. So here is Samson's wife. Let's see what happened with her. So they come and threaten her. So what she do? And she wept before him the 7 days while their feast lasted. And it came to pass on the seventh day that he told her because she lay sore upon him, and he told the riddle to the children of her people. Now here this man go compromising his whole business. Why? Because his wife in there crying like some little snitch crying. Hey, let me tell you something. Man, let me tell you something. All you brothers, listen to me good. You're running businesses, you're running empires and stuff. If you got a woman that's scary and outside forces are scaring her, check her. Let her know, look, dry them tears up. All right? We are running a multi-million-dollar business around here. Okay? We're not playing. This is God's business we handling over here. Are you hearing me? I don't know. Maybe I messed up a little bit with my character when I picked you, but I'm not changing nothing. Are you hearing me? I'm not going to start living my life based on how scary you are. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Dry your tears up and get your shenanigans together, baby. Are you listening to me? Because I'm not compromising. I'm not about to change nothing I'm doing that line up with this word. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what your homie said. I don't care what your mama said. I don't care what your daddy said. I don't care what your uncle said. I don't care what your aunt said. I don't care what none of them little punks and poop. I don't care who they are coming around here trying to intimidate you so you can intimidate me. Are you listening to me? And all you sisters, what you do is you turn against them. Don't turn against your man. Are you hear what I'm talking about? I know y'all ain't being taught like this because everybody walking around whistling Dixie and stuff. This is God's business. Are you hear what I'm talking about? It's time for y'all to get rich up in this piece. But you got to get rich together. You can't let nobody come in and divide and conquer your family. Stop compromising. Are you listening to me? Tell them, look, we bag up off us and smell of coffee. Are you hearing me? I don't care what they say. I don't care what they say. How they try to intimidate you, how they threaten your life, how they threaten this, how they threaten that. Hey, stop talking about it and be about it. Whatever you're going to do. How do you think that I even decided to teach the public about private living? If I was a punk, I wouldn't be teaching you. Are you listening to me? I would not be telling you how to get your bank deposits back if I was afraid for my life. I would not be telling you how to operate tax-free and get back big fat $1 million tax returns if I was afraid of anything. I'm not afraid of nothing. Are you hear why? Because my soul is anchored in God. My belief system is in the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, and his son, Jesus Christ. And I don't fear no man on the whole face of the earth. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? So my offers are based on what? Biblical principles. And if you like that, then cool. You can take the offer. If you don't like that, cool. Then don't take the offer. It don't make me no never mind either way. And ain't nobody finna infiltrate no camp around here. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Are y'all getting some help today? I said, are y'all getting some help today? Do you understand that as you leave up out of here today, and I got another meeting I got to get to right now. So do you understand as you leave up out of here today, and as you go through this week, that you are about to become some very wealthy men and women. All right. The reason you're about to become very wealthy men and women is because you actually finna start doing things together instead of what? Letting people come in and divide and conquer you. You're going to stop compromising. I'm speaking into your life. All right. I see it. I see it as clear as I see the fingers on my hand. You're about to stop compromising and arguing with each other. You're going to put your backs together and you're going to start checking the outside forces that are coming in trying to ruin your life. You ain't got no more time for none of this nonsense. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? And I declare into your life amazing prosperity this week, not just this week. Amazing clarity this week, not just clarity, competence this week, power beyond compare. Why? Because you ain't about to cut your natural perm. I got to ride. It's been a fun, pleasing pleasure, as well as a privilege. I love y'all. Ain't nothing you can do about that. You have a marvelous, fantastic, incredible, productive day. And remember that stellar is as stellar does. Have an outstanding day. All right. Stand back to back with each other. Give your husband, give your wife some sugar today.